Hi guys. Figured I would do a live tonight. The house is pretty quiet. The only ones here is my daughter and my husband. He's in the living room doing his thing and she's upstairs. So I figured since the kids are out and about with their dads, I'll go ahead and do a live. I figured I would do these cute little gnomes that I wood burned on the hat. And I haven't done much wood burning, so it was just kind of trial and error. And these are baskets I had gotten at a Dutchman store a while back that I was wanting to use close to Easter. So I thought, gonna do Easter baskets. Little, simple, doesn't have to be a humongous basket, just a little, simple Easter basket. And then the eggs and the carrots, I end up getting those at the Dollar Tree. And then this is just a white cloth that I covered styrofoam to fill the basket just a little bit. And then this would be the main gift, and the bucket, of course, or the basket. So I'm going to show you what these gnomes start out looking like when you purchase them at the store. I got them at Walmart. Hi, Louise. So at first I thought these were little rockets because it was like this in a little bin in the crafting section at Walmart. And I thought the tops of that looks just like a gnome hat. So I thought I'm going to buy them and see what all I can do. When I grabbed them, it was a little birdhouse. It had a little peg here. And so I just took my little tool here and I pried it off of there. Some of them broke off, but it's okay because you can cover this part up with a beard or with a piece of felt. I'll show you what all I've done with that. Or you can just leave it all plain. This one here was the very first one that I had done, and I thought I'm going to leave that opening in the back because I could put like a little treat or something inside there. I don't know. It would be just to have like a little cubby or something, just a little holder. The other one, the second one that I had done, I put that beard in front of that hole. So the hole is hidden. And it is glued down so there's no access to that hole. But then I left this plain. And then I just put little dots here. Now I'm thinking I might end up doing stripes with that wood burning tool here, or some kind of design if I wanted to. But after I did this one, and I wasn't very satisfied with it, I ended up printing off this little template, and I traced it with a pencil. And then when I started using the wood burning tool, just to kind of get a feel of how it was going to burn this wood, I think with every type of wood it burns a little bit different. So I thought I'm just going to give it a whirl, see if it works. It was really pitted and everything. So when I got the tool, it had, let me see if it had this tip. So I started out using this tip on this, and it did not work out well. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it came with several different other tips. So I switched off and started using this one. And it's kind of like a pencil tip. And it worked a lot better. Well, then I noticed some of these have like a little mark here. And the next tip that I'm going to show you, I thought instantly that could be a flower. So this is hot. But this is that other tip that came with it. And I want to say it was only like maybe $13 to $15 for this tool and all those tips. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use this around that little knot or divot in the wood to make this flower. And surprisingly, it turned out really, really cute. So I thought, okay, so that's going to work out amazing. So I'm going to use that tip. Well, then it also came with this tip here. And it's a blunt tip. That's the one. I'm going to try using it along with that. I'm going to call that the flower tip. But I'm going to use that blunt one as well on one of the other ones, just to see and familiarize myself with all of the tips that it came with. But the first one that it came with, I don't really care for it. I really had a hard time using it with the wood. But the pencil one, it worked a lot better. But I'm anxious to see how this one's going to work too. And just be very careful because it is hot. And I wasn't sure if it was on. And so I did touch the very tip of that flower tip. Oh boy. Yeah. It's hot. It might not look like it, but it's very hot. So be very careful. Hi, Teresa. So these are the ones. And this here, it's kind of like a blanket material, just like a little, I got it in a scrap bin a while back at Walmart, and I thought, well, I'm going to try that and see how it works. It turned out cute, but I do like how the faux fur looks a lot better than that one. It just kind of depends on the person. I don't think there's a wrong way of doing it. I think everybody, there's somebody out there that's going to like all of them. And then after I did this flower mark, I used that pencil tip just to create some little scrolls. And I didn't mark it. I didn't write anything on there. I just kind of went on a whim. And then once that was done, I thought, oh, I'm going to create little dots up here because I kept thinking this kind of looks like one of those blooms of a strawberry. So I thought the top of this could look like a strawberry. Hi, Bailey. So I created all the little dots on top just for detail. And then I ended up doing the dots down here. And then once I was done, I ended up just adding a little bit of rope. And he turned out really cute. So that one turned out adorable. And then the other thing that I'm going to do during the live are these here. The last time we went to Wisconsin to visit a friend of mine, I also have family there, we ended up going to a place called Norskadalen. I'm Norwegian, and we've gone there several times, and it's just a fun place to visit. So I had to go inside their gift shop once again. Hi, Sam. Hi, Jessica. And so once we got into that gift shop, we just started looking around. They had tons of stuff. Jewelry, books, t-shirts, all that. Well, when I came across these are a little roller tool to make cookies. It's called krumkakas, and it's kind of like a waffle cookie, a Norwegian waffle cookie. But I thought these would make really cute gnomes, because I thought this here would be a really nice hat. So what I came up with was this. I've done a couple of them there, but I figured I'm going to go ahead and do these in the live as well. And as I was doing these, I kept thinking, well, if somebody doesn't have one of these rollers, what all could they use to still use that flower design? You could use a regular cone if you don't have these, you know. There's really no wrong way of doing stuff. You use what you have around your house. But if you have a cone, these petals work really well on this too. And all I did was I went on Google and I printed out just a little basic flower petal. And this is what I came up with. When it printed out, I didn't even choose a size. I did it on my phone. It said B3 on the printer thing. So I don't know what size that prints, but it was perfect for what I needed. So I printed out this here. It's about almost 2 inches wide and just a little over 2 inches tall for the design. But that is what I used for the petals, and I used 14 petals per roller. And then all I did was I just cut a basic leaf pattern there, and then just a little circle. So I'm going to do 4 of the leaves up here, and then this circle, that's going to cover the top. And so that gives it that little finished look. So, but I will assemble 2 of those during my live as well. I hope you're able to stay and watch the whole thing with me. And also, since I'm using this wood burning tool, I wanted to show you, I also have this silicone, kind of like a hot pad. A lot of stuff doesn't stick to it, and it works really good when I have to change out these tips. It's still going to be hot, so I can put it right on that hot pad, and it won't burn my table or my mat. And when I change it out, I will use this to take it off of there, so I'm not using my fingers. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is show you the other little buckets. I didn't have any more of the wire buckets, but they have these little sand castle molds at Walmart. I want to say they're like $1. I think they're $1. So I thought those would make really cute Easter buckets too if somebody didn't have a whole lot to spend. It would be a really cute, just itty bitty, simple. I put 1 of those eggs in there, 2 carrots, and then you would put the gnome in there. Instant Easter basket. Alright, and they have those in yellow, blue, red, and green. So with this one here, I just covered it with felt, and the hole is right here, but I covered it up. I didn't want that hole on there. And then I just put a little bit of fur. I didn't measure, but I made sure that when he sits on the table, it's not going to be overlapping too much. And then just that bead for the nose, and then a little bit of rope detail where that faux fur hits the top of the birdhouse there. So then this here, I'm going to go ahead and start doing that flower. And like I said, be very careful because this thing gets really, really hot. So what I do is I'm going to do one right at the top. You just hold it down. And then I rock it to make sure that it gets both sides of those edges. It doesn't really take long, and you'll notice around that outer edge there's a little yellow haze, and you'll really smell that wood burning. It smells really good, to be honest. Kind of smells like a campfire. So everyone's ready for that, right? And then all I do is just move over a little bit, and I just rock that tip until I get that leaf design. Then I go and I do another one. And the longer you keep it on there, the more burnt it gets. But you do have to watch to where you don't burn a hole all the way through. Like, try to pay attention to what you're doing. And hold this with a firm hand, because sometimes it does feel like it tries to slip on there. Hi, Deb. I'm going to turn it a little bit more. And you'll also see that it'll smoke just a little bit. That's okay. That's just that wood burning. But it's really satisfying. And you know, if you wanted to only do half, that would be fine too. I also think this would be a really good tip to do butterflies. So I could leave it like that, and I could make a really cool, unique butterfly. So I'm going to go ahead, see where I want that placed. And it is wanting to slip, so just kind of hold it how you want it there. And if it's not exact, it's still going to look really, really cool. And then also just watch your other hand that you're holding the birdhouse with, because you definitely don't want to roll it and then touch your finger, because that will definitely smart. Hi, Pat. So I'm going to show you. So that's just a cute little flower. You can do more petals, less petals, however you like. It just kind of depends on where your mind goes with it. Now, before I do the scrolling and stuff on that one, I'm going to go ahead and do it on this one as well. This one, since it's up towards the top, I'm not going to be able to do one right here, so I'm going to have it, I'm going to hold it this way, and that top one I'm going to have down here, so it will look kind of like the flower is upside down. And the more you do this, the easier it will get for you. Because I'm already finding that I'm holding the tool a lot better than before. And I've only done this stuff today. So the key thing is just try not to get frustrated, because it'll work out and it'll look great no matter what. This flower might even be my favorite, just because it looks a little bit, I don't know, lopsided or upside down. And I have it to where it kind of wraps around, where it wraps around that top there. That's so cute. Alright, so since I got those flowers done, I'm going to go ahead and switch the tip. So I'm going to grab it really firm with my tool here, and I'm going to give it a twist. And I'm going to hold it over my my hot pad there. That way when it gets close to coming out, it'll land right on that mat. Then I'm going to use that blunt tip. And the reason why I'm using my tool to put it in there is because this is still hot. So even though that was cold and not used, it's warming up as I'm putting that in there. So definitely make sure you're very careful putting those in there. And always make sure that it's in there nice and snug because you don't want it falling out on you. So that is in there. And I'm going to go to this one. And there's really no right way. If you didn't want to do the scrolls, you don't have to. You could just do dots on there. Just whatever you want. You could do lines. But you'll notice once you put this on the wood, it'll start burning it. So, trying to think of what all I want to do. Okay. So just a little itty bitty detail there, but it adds character with every stroke that you do on here. Then I might branch it out. So there's not a whole lot there, but I mean, it just adds character, doesn't it? Oh, Teresa, thank you. And then if you wanted, you could just add like random scrolls all the way around. I did have some printed where it was like a scroll all the way around on here, but I didn't want to have to trace it. I wanted to be able to just let it go, let all of my worries go, and just try to do it. You'll find that the more you do it, you're not going to need a template for drawing, unless it's more intricate. But I'm just going to let my creative mind work, and there's no wrong way of doing it. I have to say, I do like this this blunt tool a lot better. It doesn't dig in to the wood as much as that pencil tip one. So just quick and simple, easy. And I think I might even just keep this one simple. I know I want to like decorate the whole thing, but sometimes simple is better. But I mean, those scrolls, I do have more that I can do. So that works. They really, with the scrolls on there, they really do make me think of Norwegian gnomes. And you can even doll this up with like decorative fabric. And when I first got them, I thought, do I want to add shoes and arms? Because I normally gravitate towards the shoes and the arms. And I said, no. Be simple. Just a quick, easy gnome. Toss in an Easter basket. But that detail around that top, it makes it to where it's not just a simple gnome. It really makes it more elegant, and it shows that you put a little bit more time into the details. So even though there's no arms or feet, you know, there's still a lot of care that has gone into it because you put your little design and your own spin on it. Now my daughter, she's amazing with wood burning. I ended up saving some of these for her to play around with. And I think the next time we go to Wisconsin, we will go to Norskadalen again, and I'm going to buy more of those rollers. So look how cute that is in this little basket. Just a cute little simple basket to say, I was thinking of ya, happy Easter, spread a little sunshine. Doesn't have to be any holiday or anything. Just make a little goodie for somebody, add a little piece of chocolate, and you're good to go. And they're so quick, so easy to do. So this one here, kind of wondering how I want to do on it. Maybe I'll emphasize some of the wood grain, and I'll use that as my guide, because I think that would be really cute. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just use that as my guide. There's no wrong way of doing it. And if you guys do these, send me pictures, because I love seeing what everybody comes up with in your guys' artwork. Mm-hmm. Do you guys see the little puffs of smoke that come up from the burner? Hi, Jody. I like that. So that one's going to be really, really cute. Just that little hint of design on there. This one, I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit of both and add maybe some dots, and there's no wrong way of doing it, so I can't mess them up. Turned out so cute. I like that they have the grain showing in the wood. And you know, if you didn't want to use this tool, you could use a torch and kind of do the burning effect as well. I don't have one of those, but I really do think that that would be a cute effect. Okay, so now I'm just adding dots in this section. There's that. And then I might do polka dots here, and then maybe I'll do another line in between here. Just to add a little bit of character. Who thought little birdhouses would be so cute? Yeah. How cute, right? And then, let's see, just a little bit of detail. I'm going to add a little bit of flair just to see if I like it. I mean, granted, if I don't like it, I'm stuck with it because it's burned in there. But got confidence that it's going to turn out really super cute. There. Now, see, I can leave it like that, or I can even color in some of those and do like a checkered pattern in there and make it more intricate. Like I said, there's no wrong way of doing it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave those like that. Then, let's see. Put that one there. This one here, I'm going to go ahead and take my little piece of felt and I'm going to cover this up. Now, I'm going to have this to the front, so I'm going to cover this hole with that beard. And I used a big piece here, so that's going to cover most of it, and it's too big. So I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to cut it down considerably because I don't want it overlapping that bottom there. I'm just kind of eyeballing the size I want. When I first cut the beard, I used my template that I normally use. Hi, Christina. Hi, Auntie. Okay, so that is a better width. I still might shorten it just a smidge because this is very long fur. Whoops. Dropped my scissors. So I'm just going to grab a different one. There we go. Oh, much better. Okay, so now that's the size I want. I'm setting that aside. And then I'm going to start gluing. And I'm going to put my crease to the front because that will be covered with that beard. And you don't have to cover this up. You can leave it the wood. I figured I would kind of do both. Then I'm going to overlap that felt. And then glue that down. Okay, so then from the back, he's going to look like he's got a shirt on. And then if you want, you can also add the little designs down on that edge there. Just kind of gives another little detail. There we go. So there. So now when you look at the back, that bottom has that finished look as well. It matches. You can even add stripes in between. No wrong way of doing it. Then I'm going to go ahead and add this beard. Hi, Roxanne. I really haven't been on that long, so you're good. You haven't missed a whole lot. Alright, then I'm going to put this beard where I want it on that front there. Then I'll figure out what nose I want. And I just have these little beads. They do have a hole in each side. They're just beads that I got from Walmart in this great big tub. I do have wooden beads that I got off of Amazon that doesn't have the holes. I just grabbed a few and said, I'm just going to have fun. I'm not going to be too picky about it tonight. And whenever I use the one with the hole all the way through, I put those holes on each side so it looks like he has nostrils. I'm kind of weird that way, I think. So, but it works, and I like the effect that it gives. So, I'm going to go ahead and glue this nose on there. And Roxanne, I haven't wood burned for quite some time. Really, I'm not that good at it. This kind of makes me look pretty good because it has the special tips. So at least it lets me fake it, and it works out for my craft. So then I'm going to go ahead and use this rope just to hide where they meet. It just kind of gives it that little finished edge there. Any kind of tool that makes it easier for me to where it's not as stressful or hard, I'm all for it. And I like that it had so many different tips. Like the tip that it came with, I did not like that at all. It was hard for me to move, and it kept wanting to just create a groove, and it wouldn't let me go where I wanted to go. So that one, I don't think I will use that tip much, unless I start practicing with it and it works better for me. But right now, I'm struggling with it. So the other one, the tip that's in there right now, the blunt one, that one works amazing. It's nice and smooth. Alright, he kind of makes me think of a Viking. With this little detail on there. He's really cute. And then, what I did in the bottom of these little, I call them buckets because they're going to be like little Easter buckets. But it's just one of those sandcastle molds. And they have them like at Walmart for, I want to say it was $1. But if I just stuck everything in there, it sits too far down. So I want to plump that up a little bit. So all that I did was I took some scrap cloth and I just kind of stuffed it in there. And then that sits him up higher. Then I can place a little egg, a couple carrots, maybe even some chocolate, and he's good to go. So already we've done 2 cuties. And those baskets, even if you were doing like a big basket, you could fit tons of those in there. Or if you were doing multiple, like even a classroom, those would be really cute for little kids because they could reuse the buckets, you know, for playing in the sand. So these would be good for like little teacher gifts or for a teacher to give to the students. This one here, since St. Patrick's Day just got over, I figured I would use an orange beard. And I didn't cut the beard yet, so I will go ahead and do that. And when you're cutting that faux fur, just make sure that you're cutting just that backing. That way when you pull it apart, you still have that nice edge. Because if you cut through the whole thing, then you're just going to get a cropped beard. Kind of depends on what look you're going for. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. And I've gotten to where I'm comfortable using the scissors. If you're not comfortable using those, you can always use a box cutter. But I've gotten it down to where I like this better. There we go. Hi, Ann. Hi, Doug. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and glue down this one. Alright. So this one is going to be my St. Patty's Day inspired. Maybe I should have done a 4-leaf clover on the hat. They're so much fun to do. Oh, and I was going to tell you guys that right before I went live, I checked to see how many followers I had. I have 900, well, at the time, I don't know if I've gotten any more since, but I have 998. So I am 2 people away from doing my drawing. Because when I reach 1,000 followers, I'm going to draw 4 names and give out some little goodies. Just to spread a little bit of sunshine out there. Normally, when I get when I reach the 100 marks, I do 2 names, but with it being, if I reach that 1,000 mark, I'm definitely going to do 4. Alright. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue on that beard. I'm so glad so many people are able to jump on and watch the live and visit with me tonight. I used to get really, really nervous because I'm not good at that sort of thing, you know, talking to tons of people. But it's really gotten me out of my comfort zone. And I love that I'm more comfortable now. Hi, Melissa. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this nose on there. Oh, this one's going to be cute too. And sometimes the beads have like little imperfections. So this one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a line or a crease right on the top. But that's just going to add character to him. Okay, then I'm going to add this rope. And if you wanted, you could use twine or ribbon, anything. And you could also tea stain or coffee stain your rope if you didn't like the bright white. I'm just using what I had, and I feel that it gives it just that little, it breaks up the color just a little bit. Poppy seed stain. Oh, I don't know. You could stain them. Yeah. Poppy's seed stain. I've never heard of that. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I might put some dots in this circle area just to add a little bit of character in here. I like just a little bit more detail. Somebody will probably say, Steph, you're doing way too much. But I think it's going to make it look really cute. And I think I might put some in here too. Oh, coffee. Coffee stained was the other thing. You could do tea or coffee. Oh yeah, I like that. I like how this turns out. Oh, it turned out really cute. I think I might also decorate this edge as well. It's totally fine. Sometimes it's really hard, especially with the lag on the phone. Here we go. Just about done. So this one I did lines and dots on that bottom. Just kind of gives them that finished look. Now I do know this one I didn't put anything, but I'm going to go ahead and leave him blank on the bottom. So there's those. They turn out so cute. Alright, so then I'm going to put them back in their little buckets. I'm going to cut another piece of that material. So some really quick, easy Easter buckets. Now, I will show you how to do these rollers. Now I've already, just to save on time, I've already cut out those petals. And with these being wooden, we could wood burn on them as well. But they already came with these etched on them. So, and when I started assembling, I was like, should I put that towards the front, have it on the side, or, you know, put it in the back? But I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and leave that on the front, just because it's a really cute detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a purple and a pink one. But I've got all the leaves and all of the, got all the stuff cut out already, just so I could save time. I cut out 14 of those petals, 4 of the leaves, and then just a little itty bitty circle. And then of course the beard and a little wooden bead for the nose. So I'm going to glue down that beard first. And I'm just going to put it towards the top because that beard's going to hang off of this edge. So I'm just going to do, and I want to make sure that it's centered where I want it, but it's going to be just a little bit above, that edge there. And then you can play around with it and it can swoop over to the side. It just works out so cute. Okay, so I'm going to do one of these beads for his nose. Now I'm just going to center that the best I can. Hold it in place a little bit. So there's my nose. And with the petals, I end up using a gold marker in order to trace that petal. So where I can see that gold marker, that's going to go towards the inside. That way I'm not seeing it on the outside of my petals. But if you look from the bottom and you can see those lines, that just adds character to the bottom of that petal. It kind of makes it look like the petal is two-toned, but I want that on the inside and not the outside. So then I'm going to take my glue and just do towards the top just a few strips of glue there. And then this edge, I'm going to angle that to where it is going to create a spot for his nose, because this one's going to go angled as well. And then you'll see the effect that gives here in a second. So then just a little bit. You don't want to glue that whole petal down because you do want it to give a little bit of flair. And when I first did this, and I looked at it, I went, oh, it kind of looks like puppy dog ears. But it's really, really cute. So you'll end up forming a V here. And then that's what it looks like from the back. So you're going to put 2 more petals on this row, keeping that the lines to the inside. The ones here in the back, you're not going to have to angle. You can just keep them straight. But you'll want them the same width down. If it is slightly up higher, it's not going to be a problem. So don't get upset if it's not 100% the same length. You're just wanting a little bit of overlap. Hi, Becca. So then there's the back. There's that first row. I'm going to add more glue to my gun. Alright, then I'm going to do that second row. A little bit of glue towards the top here. So for the second row, I'm going to place that petal to where it's just hitting his nose. So then it's like this. So you're still seeing that nose. And this row you're going to have four petals as well. So we're just placing that glue towards that top there, because you're going to want that to be able to lift. And then you just want to overlap it a little bit. It's already starting to look like a flower, don't you think? And then there's one more spot in the back for that petal, that last petal in this row. The next row is only going to have 3 petals. Actually, the next 2 rows are going to just have 3 petals. Okay, so there's that second row. So you're going to want this one off center. And I'm just kind of, I'm not really measuring how far apart I'm doing these rows. I'm just kind of estimating or just looking at it and going, yep, that looks good. Alright, then there's only enough room for one more petal on the back there. Okay, so then this last row, I'm going to take it up right where it starts, where it's been like sharpened at the top. So I'm going to put this row right where that is, and I'm going to place this right in the front. So then you're going to have that tip there. Then you're going to overlap. This one, technically, it looks like it would only need 2 petals, but I go ahead and put 3, just to have a little bit more of the overlapping. There we go. I have lots of little strings. I keep forgetting to put my glue sticks in the freezer. Somebody told me that that helps, and I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, so then there's that. Then you'll notice there's still a little bit of that showing on top. That is where I'm going to put the leaves. And the same thing, I used a gold marker, and so I'm going to put that towards the inside. It's just my preference. You can have them on the outside if you want. And with this, I have it to where there's 2 on the front, and then I put 2 on the back. And I'm just putting glue at the top of that leaf. So there's the first 2. And I had seen this technique on Facebook. Somebody else had done it with one of their gnomes. And I thought, that is a really cute technique. I think that would look really cute on those rollers. So, and I have tons and tons of felt that I can use. So I figured, why not? I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. And it turned out really, really cute. Okay, so there's that top. Now if you see the top there, that's why I want to cover it. Just so it gives a little bit more finished look. That's why I cut that little itty bitty piece of felt, the little circle. So I put a little bit of glue up on the top there. And then I just kind of put that to the center. And then I'm going to put a little ring of glue and then I'm just going to pinch it down. And that's going to give me that finished look on the top. So see, now you can't see the tip of that roller. And it just kind of gives it that finished look. And then you can flip these up however you're wanting. But since I didn't glue these bottoms down, it does give it a little bit more character, like it's a flower. Then I'll go ahead and do that pink one. So first thing I'm going to do is glue down his beard. And I'm not going to go all the way down because part of that beard is going to dangle past that edge. But I want to make sure that it's centered how I like it and just above that edge. And then I'm going to glue down the nose. They really do whip together really fast after you've got everything cut out. I want to say it took maybe half hour to cut all of my stuff out. But it was like 14 petals per roller. And then on this here, went ahead and put them on at an angle. That helps set for the next row. And this, you can see where my gold marker was. But I'm just putting that towards the inside. That'll be an inside detail of my flower. just want a little bit of overlay on that back one. Alright, so then your next row is going to have 4 as well. I hope my music is not too loud for everybody. I love listening to piano music when I do my crafting. Alright, so then that one, you make sure that you can still see his nose, but it's just at the top there. This row is going to end up with 4 petals as well. Just gluing at the top. And you're going to overlap each one. And just so you know, I do watch the replay, and I tried it, like if I miss anybody's comments, I do try to message and interact a little bit more. A lot of times with the delay and everything, I do miss some of the comments on there. So if I missed you, I apologize, and I will try to catch it when I watch the replay. But if you have any questions, you can always message me, and I'll get to you. I'll get back to you when I can. But I always reply to all of my messages. So this next row is only going to have 3. So I'm going to angle there we go. There we go. I love how these turn out. I've got several cones, so I'll probably make some just out of my cones as well, my styrofoam. Just because they look really, really cute. I think they'd be a big hit. And if I did it with this styrofoam cone, he could just sit on the table. I think it'd be a really cute thing. This one here, it might be a little hard to set somewhere, so it might have to just stay laying down or even put in like a pot of some sort. But they look really cute. Or I could always add a hanger so somebody can hang it. And then this last row goes right at that edge of that circle there, or the where that tip is. And of course I overlap. They look so cute. Alright, and then the last part is those leaves at the top. There we go. All right, 2 more to go. And then the top. I was surprised when I first did these as to how quick they went together. I thought it would take a lot longer with as many pieces that I had to glue on there. And I wasn't sure how many pieces I needed. Originally, I had cut out 20 petals, because I wasn't sure how many I would need. And then once I got with it and was messing with it, I went, oh, okay, so 14 works just perfect. You can do more though if you like yours more full. I have lots of wispies. Fold it down. And if you didn't want to put this on the top, you could actually embellish it with like a flower, or add little buttons, or a pom-pom. Anything on there works. Alright, so there's that one. They turned out so cute. Oh, can I hold all of them? Really, really cute. And they would work well in the baskets as well. Let me just... So if you didn't want to use these, let me see, I could do... Well, I got a purple egg. How about I just stick this one in there? It works cute in there as well. So there's no wrong way of displaying, no wrong way of putting them together. You can put more or even less petals. You could make it to where the petals only go partway up here, and then make it look like the flower is on top of a hat. So you could cover the bottom with like a different color of felt to where it looked like he had a hat and a flower had fallen on there. They're just so much fun to do. My favorite part, though, I think out of tonight's live is the actual wood burning. I had a blast doing the decorating on there. I don't do a whole lot of that, but I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot more. I even have like these little wood discs, so I might end up doing designs on the wood discs when I put the little gnomes on there. So they all just turned out so cute. So whether you have a little bucket or a basket, they all turn out so cute. What a great little gift that you can give, you know. It's spread a little sunshine. That one almost fell off my table. So yeah, this one, I'll bring it up close. This was my very first one. So you'll see all of my little marks, like the pitting and everything on there. Where with that big part, the blunt edge didn't give me as much of that almost like divots or holes or whatever. So definitely, if you do the craft, play around with the tips before you do your craft. That way you're a little bit more familiar with them. But boy, that flower tip, I'm definitely going to be using that more often. It would look really cute as a leafy vine using that. I could do that along the rim of one of those wooden discs. I think here in a bit I'm going to go ahead and log off. Haven't really been on that long, but I thought it would take a lot longer. That's why I cut all of the felt pieces out that I needed so it would save on time. But definitely do this and spread the word. Last I looked, I was only 2 people away from drawing 4 names and spreading a little bit of sunshine out there. We all need it. But I will draw 4 names when I reach that 1,000 mark. Can't believe I'm that close. It just blows my mind. You're all amazing. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my area a little bit too. And definitely, if you guys do this craft, if you do the wood burning and stuff, I mean, you could do it on wooden spoons. There's so many things that can be done. And then, of course, I did this one. He's my orange St. Patty's Day one because he's got the green body and the orange beard. I want to say the next live I do, I'm thinking of transforming these. I even have a SpongeBob. I have some flower ones. So on my next live that I do, I want to make these into some gnomes and give them my own little flair. And I ended up finding a little flat one, like a little door. So I'll put a magnet on the back of it. And so that'll be good there. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I will talk to you next time. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and don't forget to do that. And if you have any questions, just give me a message, and I'll get back to you. I really enjoyed chatting with you guys and sharing this craft with you. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.